What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. The hit movie of the 2019 holiday season, Downton Abbey, based on the series of the same name, is getting a sequel called Downton Abbey 2. Until we wait for the sequel to be released, let's get into every detail you've missed in the first film and the show. From Doctor Who Easter eggs to some seriously weird facts about the costumes that are used in the show. Prepare for some big surprises. The Downton Abbey estate. No matter if you're a fan of the show or the film, you're already familiar with this house. Well, the film is named after the house itself, and the place has become essential as it appears in every episode of the show as well as the film. However, if you ever thought this estate looks familiar, and if you thought you've seen it somewhere, you're definitely right. The real estate, Highclere Castle, has actually been used for many other films and TV shows and, well, many other projects. For instance, in 2006, John Legend used the place for his music video for Heaven. Then you can see the place in the Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry 90s show Jeeves and Wooster. And in 2002, the film The Four Fathers, in which Heath Ledger made an appearance, also included the estate. Where have you guys seen Highclere Castle before? Let us know down in the comment section below. Downton Abbey cast members smell? Well, yes. The sentence is not said metaphorically, and smell might be a bit of a soft word to use here. The cast of Downton Abbey literally stinks. According to Sophia McShera, who plays Daisy in the series, her colleagues stink because they are not allowed to wash their costumes. In an interview with the UK Telegraph, the actress said that there was a no-wash policy since the clothes had to keep their original look. In order to reduce the smell on set, McShera said they used weird patches, which are bound into the armpits of the costumes. They wash those patches separately. Who said it was easy being an actor?
Lady Mary, I hope you didn't misunderstand me. I was only joking.
Of course. And I agree. The whole thing is a complete joke.
The drama in Season 1. For those of you who still haven't watched the show, now is a perfect time. Until you wait for the sequel of the film to be released, you can binge-watch Downton Abbey and get to know all the characters a bit better. Quite often, fiction gets inspired by reality, and Downton Abbey's first season proves that statement. In the first season of the show, we met the Turkish diplomat who appeared at the Grantham abode, slept with Lady Mary, and then perished in her bed. Can you believe this storyline was inspired by a real-life story? Downton Abbey writer Julian Fellowes said that he got inspired to write this storyline from a friend who read about a similar event in a great-aunt's diary. In the house, there was a passageway only to be used by single women to go to their rooms. Fellowes explained in an interview with The Telegraph. One of them had smuggled this diplomat into her room, and he passed in the middle of doing it. The mysterious room. This is a Downton Abbey detail that you certainly never noticed. Now, most fans have been wondering what's in that big tower for which we talked before. We've seen a lot of rooms in the house, but we never saw what it is in that giant tower. Well, for those of you who have watched the show, a detail from the room in the tower was featured in the first episode, but not one fan has noticed it. BuzzFeed spoke to the show's production designer, Donald Woods, and he explained that the one scene that takes place in the tower is the luggage room scene. Donald Woods also spoke about why the tower was only featured once. As he explained, they didn't know where to film the scene. Woods then asked the house's manager, Lady Carnarvon, for a proper room. She said, "Come and look at mine." So guys, yes, the real luggage room of the estate is in the tower. It's a stunningly beautiful room, Woods said, for what effectively keeps luggage. He further explained that the tower isn't really secure as there are liability problems, so they couldn't go up there again. The meaning of the costumes. We've talked about the beautiful smelly period costumes in Downton Abbey, but as it turns out, a lot of fans have missed their deeper meaning. In an interview with Vogue, the show's costume designer, Anna Robbins, talked about the hidden meaning of the wardrobe used for the show. Now, Lady Edith wears costumes that represent autumnal colors. In Season 5 of the show, since she went through a difficult period back then. Later in the show, that changed and she blossomed as a character, so her character is later seen in more positive spring colors. In the case of Lady Mary, her look is quite linear and androgynous, Robin said. Her wardrobe is filled with deep burgundies and navy blues that would never suit the other characters.
Your Majesties, welcome to Downton Abbey.
We're glad to be here, Lady Grantham. Grantham.
Same old food. The food that has been served in the show and the film certainly looks delicious, and one thing is certain, whenever you sit to watch Downton Abbey, you end up feeling starved. Food is certainly essential in this film. We see the family constantly having dinners with food prepared in the best way by their servants. But there was one very popular dish that we've seen throughout the show, and that's salmon. We bet you never noticed the salmon that was served and was real but frozen, and the producers actually used the same piece of salmon every time. Leslie Nichol, the actress who plays Mrs. Patmore, said that when a scene where a salmon was featured was completed, the salmon went right back into the freezer in order to be used again later.
Lady Grantham, goodbye. And thank you for a delightful evening.
Abby Downton and Doctor Who. Here's a fun fact. There are many similarities between Downton Abbey and BBC's Doctor Who. First, let's talk about the actors in both shows. Hugh Bonneville and Penelope Wilton, Lord Robert and Isabel Crawley, both appeared in Doctor Who in the roles of Pirate Captain Henry Avery and PM Harriet Jones, respectively. Also, did you guys know that one of Downton's producers, Liz Trubridge, was also the producer in the 1984 Doctor Who serial The Caves of Androzani and The Awakening? Rosalind Ebbett, Downton's costume designer, also dressed Peter Davidson and co. in the 1982's The Black Orchid. Downton Abbey directors Andy Goddard and James Strong have also directed episodes of The New Who. And there are many other connections to Doctor Who, but we'll have to spend a whole day mentioning them all. Amazing Easter egg. Here's a very interesting fact for both fans of the show and fans of the film. Only the very dedicated fans of the show have noticed this. In the third season of the show, there's a short moment when Ethel, a pregnant housewife, says that she had a nasty encounter the time when she went to visit the greengrocer, Mr. Bakewell. His wife, Mrs. Bakewell, did not help her. Her husband did, but it wasn't very nice, Ethel states. Interestingly enough, while the show never introduced Mr. Bakewell, the character did make an appearance in the film. The role is played by Mark Addy. Have you guys noticed any other reference to the show? Let us know. Reused costumes. We're once again going to talk about Downton Abbey's wardrobe. As we previously said, most of the beautiful gowns are really old and they must be taken care of really well. But did you guys know that some of the costumes come from other television shows and movies? Here's an instance. This beautiful red dress that was worn by Lady Mary is the same red dress worn by Catherine Zeta-Jones in 2007. According to Screen Rant, the designers of Downton Abbey made about 60% of the costumes for the series, and the rest are all borrowed costumes from other productions or vintage dresses that were custom made. And those that stink are from the 1920s, carefully taken care of because, well, they are quite expensive. What is your favorite thing about Downton Abbey? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.